Happy Friday. Shout out to all the veterans, military personnel, law enforcement, state, federal, local, their families, of course. We would be lost without you. So I'm wearing red for the veterans, for everybody. Every Friday, break out the red. Absolutely. So we are now on a holiday weekend. Okay, please be smart. Don't drink and drive. Be patient with people. Be a little understanding. If you see, I want you to do this for me. Now, I do this on a regular basis. Not everybody does, and that's fine. If you see a veteran, please shake their hand, give them a hug, buy them lunch, coffee. Tell them thank you. Sincerely, tell them thank you for everything they have sacrificed. And if their wife's with them, give her a hug too, because, you know, when your spouse is over-serving, a piece of you is there with them. Just like a piece of their heart is with you at home. So it's a family thing. So give them a big old hug and just thank them from the bottom of your heart for everything they have done. Let's make sure to make time, not take time, make time for self-care. Please. The temperatures are heating up. Tempers are running short. People are grumpy and grouchy, stressed out for every reason under the sun. Trust me, I hear them every day. Let's cut each other a little slack. Be patient, be kind. You don't know why somebody's in a bad mood. You're going to assume they're just a jerk. Could be. But maybe they just got a bad diagnosis. Maybe their family member got a bad diagnosis. Maybe they just got served with divorce papers. Maybe they have a kid in the hospital. Maybe they have a kid missing. You don't know. You don't know, so don't assume. So if somebody's abrupt with you, you know, just give them a little room, okay? Also, little kids this weekend. Kids love fireworks. They love, you know, the sparklers, which I think are kind of dangerous unless they're very well supervised. I'm not a big fan of fireworks. I'm sorry. They're beautiful. I love to watch them. That's it. I've never been a fan of fireworks. Having been an SICU nurse, I have seen some horrible firework catastrophes, fingers blown off and things like that. We don't need that. Watch the kids, watch what they're doing. Don't let your animals out. Keep your animals in, keep them safe. Please don't throw fireworks at people. That's abuse. It's not funny. I know of a family off the top of my head that would get in a fireworks war. And that, I'm not talking shooting fireworks, I mean throwing them at each other. That's dangerous. And they didn't care. And that's just not normal. That is, y'all got a problem. So please be smart with fireworks around children, around pets, around people under the influence, because people under the influence will do some stupid shit. I mean, we all know it. We have all seen it. I guarantee you this weekend here at the lake, there will be some. There will be, oh my word. We usually have a very nice regatta, you know, they'll get the boats out and that's really pretty. People are very inconsiderate because they're drunk and they're out on the, you know, the lake here and it's night and they have the lights and each of them have stereo systems in their boats and their little pontoon boats and that's fine. But be considerate of other people. There's families here that have babies and 10, 11 o'clock at night, you don't need a stereo blaring when somebody's trying to get their baby down. People don't care. They're drunk. And there's little kids around here. People are, I'm trying to be polite. They are disrobing on the boats and little kids are seeing things they probably shouldn't be seeing. People don't care because they're drunk. Please, somebody be the designated driver, whether you're in a boat, a car, wherever you are. Somebody has to have a clear mind, Okay, I know I'm no fun. I'm sorry, I'm old. What do you expect? I'm an old person. You get this old, you get set in your ways. Please enjoy the holiday. We owe so much to those who have sacrificed to give us the freedom, our liberties. We can, we can say whatever we want to say. You can, post YouTube, you can TikTok, Instagram, and for the most part, you're okay, unless you're, doing some really vile things, and then you shouldn't be doing that anyway. But you can be whatever religion you want to be. You can grow up and get an education and become whatever you wish, whatever your heart desires. That's amazing. And there are men and women and service dogs, cannot forget them, who have sacrificed to make that happen for hundreds of years. They have fought. And it doesn't matter which war you're talking about, there were sacrifices made. There were heroes that, just took amazing risks to save innocent people, to save their comrades. That's big. And a lot of those guys, you would never know they're a hero. I have a client. I had no idea. We were talking the other day, just kind of touching base before the holiday, because it's a lot to be proud of, but it brings back a lot of bad memories. And they opened up a little bit. I never push. If you want to talk about what happened, we can talk. And they opened up a little bit. And, I mean, this person had a Bronze Star. It's like, really? Huh? Just did what I was supposed to do. And this person had served in Vietnam in the early days, back in the 60s. And they had, I don't think, and I'm sure people will correct me if you have a different point of view. I was a little girl in the early 60s, so I remember what I saw on TV. Family members that served. And now I know the people that served. I know the veterans. And it's a completely different attitude than today. The 60s, the 50s and 60s, because I think Vietnam started in the very late, into the 50s. And the world was a very naive place. We had kids in high school. Look at high school seniors, 16, 17 years old. Some of them were ready to enlist. Absolutely, let's do this. Others, as soon as they graduated and were of age, they were drafted. You didn't have a choice, you were gonna go. Later on, in the 60s and 70s, people would go, they would leave the United States, they would go to Canada so they wouldn't have to serve. I'm not passing any judgment, I can't. I wasn't in that position, I can't say. But I know the attitude. We were a kinder, gentler society back then. We didn't have movies and TV shows that boast about shooting people, killing people, and that it was neat and cool to run down the street shooting innocent people and having guns. And no, it was a much kinder, more gentle society back then. And these kids had no idea what they were getting into. None. Some were straight off the farm. I have a couple of clients. I love these people to the moon and back. And they will tell you, they set the plow down and picked up a gun, because they were drafted and you went and you did what you had to do, and it didn't make a lot of sense sometimes. Well, why are we shooting at why is he shooting at me and why am I shooting at him? They may not have been highly educated, but they were good souls and they did their duty, and God bless them. You have other people that, generations of military service, great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, and now it's their turn. This is what you do. And that's outstanding. That is just amazing. That is quite a legacy to leave. It is. So, please, be kind. Stay sober as possible this weekend. If you're in the south, if you're in the southwest, I know today the temps here, I'm in Arizona, will be 108, which is, I think, the same as it was yesterday. Over the weekend, it's going to be 113 and 114. And do not joke and say, oh, but it's a dry heat. Yeah, it's like living in a convection oven, so it's great. Stay hydrated, stay in the shade, please. Stay in the shade if you can. Use sunscreen. You know, heat stroke is real. Sunburns can be deadly. Let's be smart. And for those that want to see, the sun's just starting to come up, so hang on. For you, I will do this. I haven't been out this morning. Here you go. You get the first peek just with me. Welcome to the holiday weekend. Be safe, be smart. God bless.